Hi. You stated that when you met Elle, you had a kind of, real connection with her. How much of the character of Jessie and the film itself is based on that connection and her as a person?
Well, it's everything. I mean, I think that the combination between the two of us was like picture perfect. And it was very much living myself through her.
You've had a great career with mostly quite masculine films. What inspired the change in direction to a female-driven narrative? And can we expect to see more of this?
I'm sure you're going to see a lot more of women. It was just time to do something different. There's something interesting about moving from the height of masculinity into pure feminist,
And what specifically was it about the fashion industry?
It wasn't so much about the fashion industry that interested. I mean, I wanted to make a movie about beauty. And, the backdrop is fashion, but, there's so many great documentaries about that world around that I didn't even want to verge into that. But, of course, making a movie about a beauty and insanity, you couldn't not make the backdrop fashion.
Your films are quite beautiful and have always been, called that. So to make a film challenging beauty and the idea of it and the ugly side of it, but still keeping it as a beautiful film, is this something you were conscious of doing?
Well, I think, this is heightened reality. The more glamorous you make it, the more vulgar it becomes, and vice versa. Drama is always interesting when there's a contrast. But this is by no means a critique. On the contrary, I can't even critique something I find very interesting. I love it. But it's more of a statement of what's going to happen when beauty becomes insanity. Look at her. There's, everything. I think Elle Fanning, just has that thing that makes everything else around her magic. And I was just fortunate that she wanted to do the movie. Well, you like everything, it's like composing a melody, you need all the pieces. But we got Abby Lee, from her supermodel days, Bella Heathcote, we got, the great Keanu Reeves, Christina Hendricks, you can only do movies with forever. And many great other people appearing in the film. Well, I make films based on what I would like to see, pure and simple. And so I don't really think about it. I'm not conscious. I don't have a political agenda. I just based on when I wake up in the morning and what would I like to see in front of me. Well, I always said I made feminine, violent movies, but here it's with women. It was a lot more fabulous to go to work every day and shoot, photograph beautiful women. But, guys are great to be around, but women are so much more interesting. I love women. I think if women ruled the world, we would be in a better place.
Obviously, this film is
simple as that. It wasn't a documentary. Whenever anything technical, I just asked Abby Lee, or consulting supermodel / actress, who was very good and helpful. Well, it's contrast. It's the basis of our inner conflicts, sex and violence. It doesn't get any better. It was always a bit challenging to touch upon certain aspects, being that she was 16 when we started the movie and she turned 17 while we shot it. But, what's great about Elle is that, being the brave actress that she is, she just immersed herself into everything that was needed. But I also shoot in chronological order, so it just kind of evolves the way it kind of goes from beginning until the end.